Andy Serkis hopes his paraphrase of the Wild volume will yet discover an auditorium, in spite Disney's 2016 adapt efficaciously drive it onto the little display. It could include been a really various hum in the wild. Before a few months back, both of the new adaptations of Rudyard Kipling's The Wild volume were due to be liberated in cinemas. Warner Brothers had already detained the produce of Mowgli, Myth of the Wild by 2 years, in procedure to escape a box office space collision in Disney's 2016 redo. In spite possessing a bounded theater produce, it substantially tool how Mowgli, that is aimed by Serkis, will generally be seen in residing rooms and on laptops. Time it is formally a surprise party how Netflix acquired the world-flowing rights, it makes feeling. It's a clever way to get rid of a potential box office space bombshell. Serkis cordially welcomed Mowgli's go, confirming how the produce of the Some Wild volume redo had been the just fly in the salve time manufacturing the movie. This just main issue in the entire item while the scenario was authorized at Warner Brothers about 2011, I came on executive board in 2013, was how else manufacture was looming all of a flash. And how very began to do the workshop terrible. Disney's release was aimed by Jon Favreau and displayed the sounding of Idris Elba and Scarlett Johansson. This Some movie never very concerned me since I knew how the Disney translate was really special, Serkis explains. It was ever departure to be a four-persons quadrant, large, broad, household, popcorn movie perhaps emulating the 1967 animate, with the songs etc. It was anywhere close how history, we were making thing fully various. We were departure behind to the resource content, I knew precisely the color of the history I requested to speak, upcoming of the color of the volume, so know of how very concerned me. Showing the sounding of Benedict Cumberbatch and Cate Blanchett, Serkis's cinema acquired blended reviews of critics while it was liberated above the weekend. Hollywood is, of year, filled in examples of twin brother films, wherever two films on the identical item are liberated in shut vicinity. Really, down there include been several more than examples of twin brother films in 2018 one. Since my reply to how in lot ways is how each year I see how down there's love 20 plus superhero movies, down there's many decades of romantic comedies, down there's 50 terror movies. It's love, if down there isn't quite chamber in the period for two transformation movies in one area later how's mad. The major question, supposedly is if the CEO of the movie how comes other feels disadvantaged in any path, as if they're manufacturing their cinema in the dark of else. Was how a issue for Serkis? Imaginatively, no, he replies. I'm lucky how I include done the movie how I set out to do. I assume in regulation of perceptual, down there was a dark throw to a specific extent, in regulation of the business dimension. Jon Favreau's release done $9.60 meter, £7.54 meter, at the box office space, so human beings attribute a successful to how, an IUMMD and AFD on vision the cinema for a length period. We'd done our cinema, we were in the length position manufacture while theirs came of. I believe Warner Brothers took the main burden, the big terror of how can we competitive in how, but in regulation of the creation, I fair didn't hesitate. For Edgerton, the Some movie on gay transformation treatment was, he thick felt, quite various to his their own. This beautiful is Mr. Cameron positions center nature is a youthful dame, it's a cheeky or satiric dimension to its color, down there are quite points of distinction among how they can certainly be a various food on the menu bar for various human beings, he says. In spite manufacture for Mowgli startup it's competing, it has startup on Netflix a complete 30 months following Disney's release, that Serkis did look while it was liberated in cinemas. I did, I went to see it, fair out of doozeal very, to verify how down there weren't any main crossovers and time we yet had period, and down there weren't, he says. Or I mind down there were several wonderful, beautiful set trimming very, but it was fair a fully various animal, if thou'll forgiveness the quibble.